Hey everybody, it's Rob here. I want to talk more about everything that we know so far for the upcoming leaderboards here. This is going to happen January 23rd, and we'll probably get even more details soon. But if you're like me and, all I remember from Blizzcon is, we got an amazing expansion trailer and stuff. And there's actually been a lot more like details, and I think Wowet here has compiled a great article that I'm also going to link in the description. And I'm just going to summarize like everything we know so far and rewatch some of the important segments where they talk about these amazing new systems. So right off the bat here, you can see with this picture here, obviously like this is not final and it is still subject to change. There's going to be a weekly leaderboard, and you're going to have leaderboards for all classes. You're going to have 2-player, 3-player, and 4-player leaderboard, and your name will be engraved in the leaderboard, and also your build, your level, your score, and the date you made that entry. And they also mentioned it's going to be global leaderboard, so everybody in the world will be competing on the same leaderboard. So this is going to be highly competitive, and there will be weekly rewards for this. And the good thing is you don't have to necessarily be at the top ranks, because there's going to be rewards like brackets wise. So probably like if you're like in the top 1000 or something, you're eligible to get these rewards. And I think that's a great system. But yeah, let's rewatch some of the stuff. Again, you can also read the article here from Wowhead. But let's rewatch some of the most important key moments here when they talked about this. So
and I'm excited to find out what happens with this guy. But I want to talk a little bit about one part of season 3, and there will be
January
many more
23rd
parts of season 3. We're going to talk about these more in future campfire chats. But we wanted to talk a little bit about leaderboard-driven trials.
He wants it.
And so the way this is going to work is when Season 3 players reach World Tier 4, they're going to...
So first of all, you must unlock World Tier 4. This is like not for like new characters. This is like an end-game activity similar to Abattoirs.
Going to be able to compete in the Gauntlet, which is a fixed seed, non-linear dungeon.
Okay, this is already important. Fixed dungeon. There's not going to be any RNG. Like if you are playing on this week's leaderboard, every player is going to get the same map. You're going to get the same pylons. You're going to get the same elites. They're going to have the same affixes. You're going to have 100% the same dungeon. So I like this a lot because this completely eliminates like all that kind of RNG, right? There might still be some RNG components, like, whether you crit or not, like that might still be there, and that might matter in the end if it like comes down to like milliseconds or like some teeny tiny like score differences. But at least like the dungeon is always fixed. And different to Diablo 3, you can bring your own build. Like it's not a fixed build. You can play your own character. You can play, your own Barbarian build to compete on the leaderboards. And yeah, we will have rankings and tier lists of like which builds are going to be the best weekly. So this is going to be a lot of content to get into for sure.
Where your mastery and your skill are going to be needed to achieve the highest scores. And those best scores are going to appear on the leaderboards.
Yep, so these are the scores that he's talking about right here. So the score is probably a mix between the points they mentioned you have to get certain objectives and the time that it takes you to get there and kill the final boss or finish the final objective.
Now, every time you enter the Gauntlet, it's going to be exactly the same. That means the monsters, and the
no
positions,
RNG.
The layouts, the
big thumbs up.
And because it's non-linear, you have some choices about how you're going to progress through to maximize your score.
Okay, so he's saying basically you have many options. Let's say there's a corridor, and then the way splits. You can go left and you can go right, and you have to figure out which way to go in order to min-max your score at the end, right? So there's probably going to be a lot of like guidance and strategy behind this, a lot of tactics, especially if you're in group, right? Because if you have 4 players, you can choose like, okay, 2 players go left, 2 players go right. Maybe we can get all the points, or maybe we all go the same way, and like things like this. So that there's going to be a lot of like strategic planning going into this as well, and I like that a lot.
And of course, if you're playing in a party, you can choose like which direction each party member is going to go, and you really have an opportunity.
That's cool, man. There's going to be an entire meta about this.
Loot will drop at the end of the timer, so you don't have to worry about picking it up on the way. And
that's also a big W. Similar to Abattoirs or Greater Rifts in Diablo 3, you don't have to, like kill a monster and then pick the loot first. No. It's all going to be at the end of it. And I hope those rewards are going to be incredible, such as 925 gear, things like that, so you don't have to just do Duriel all day.
As you're killing monsters and you're opening chests, you're going to get instead these pickups called Proofs of Might. They drop from all of this types of content, and you'll have a limited amount of time to collect as many as possible to maximize your score.
Now that's cool. So you have to, like, you know, figure out the way where you collect as many of these Proofs of Might as you can to get the fastest, the best score, but also in a very fast time frame, right?
So at the beginning of each week, a new gauntlet is going to replace the current one, and the leaderboards will reset.
Every week, boys, new leaderboards, new rewards for every class.
Now, this is an image of the solo barbarian ladder we can see here.
That's the one we're gonna go for, guys. Solo Bobs. Let's go.
I want to caution that it is in development content, so some things may change.
So looks like you also get like a transmog in-game. You see this?
By the time we get to Season 3, but we wanted to show off.
Again, I didn't like fully remember this. That's why I'm making this recap here for you guys. And also for me, because like, dude, this is amazing stuff. And this is coming out in a few days, my friends. And we're gonna learn more about it. So they call it ladder here even.
To really give all of you an idea, a visual idea of like how this is gonna play out. And you can also see
good
on this next image that...
so you can see the top 1,000 warriors in the leaderboards.
We have a number of filters. So there are solo leaderboards for each class, as well as party leaderboards that vary with party size. Of course, hardcore leaderboards. And then...
Dude, hardcore leaderboards, yeah. So all platforms. So you can also like compete with console players, non-hardcore and global.
When you look at the leaderboards, you'll be able to filter them globally or by platform. You can filter by your friends or your clan.
That's pretty cool.
So I know I'm better than Brown.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm right here. You don't have to talk to me.
It's fair.
from each week's leaderboard, set every week. But
So they will reset weekly.
the very best players from each week's leaderboard are going to be recorded in the Hall of Ancients. This is a permanent leaderboard.
That's how we'll try to be.
Cement their legacy. And you don't just have to be the very top ranking on the
this
leaderboard
is a
to
huge
participate
W.
in the gauntlet. All
Like you get something for
Tier
everything.
4 players will be able to take their shot at participating in the gauntlet and progressing to the leaderboard.
So that means you don't have to be level 100 to participate at all.
No, you don't. In fact, if you look at
And you don't have to be rank 1 to get a reward.
this wonderful UI that we have up here, you can see that as you're leveling up and competing in the gauntlet and getting higher and higher score, you'll earn these seals.
Dude, this is the one we're going to be shooting for, man. This is top 1,000 seal, guys. This is the transmog you're going to get, or the seal that you're going to get for being in the top 1K in the world.
Earning these seals,
It's still not going to be easy.
you'll be able to climb up until eventually you get to the seal of the worthy, and then you...
Okay, but yeah, class balance, guys, is an issue. But again, there is a leaderboard for Barbarian, and then there's a separate leaderboard. For example, because I mentioned, somebody mentioned it here in the chat, it's a separate leaderboard for the Necromancer. So if you're a Necromancer, you're not competing against the Barb. Like if you're a Necromancer, you're only competing against the Necromancers, right? So it's way better for balancing.
Be able to jump into the leaderboard. And you can show these off on your character profile and game.
Top 100 Chinese. Yeah, we actually had a poll earlier. And we were also thinking that about 80-85% is going to be Chinese, man, because those are the GigaChat gamers. But we'll see. We can maybe prove them wrong, guys.
Awesome. Very cool. And then I know with leaderboards, that coming in Season 3.
Season 3, guys. So this is it. This is all the things we know again. So this content is going to come out January 23rd, which is in less than 3 weeks from now. And we're probably going to like learn like a lot more details on this kind of stuff here in the next days. But I thought it was interesting to kind of summarize all of this because I also kind of like, you know, forgot some of the details. But it's good to remind ourselves, like especially like after New Year and everything. It's gonna be pretty amazing to see this. Like right now we have this like, you know, kind of like fan-made leaderboard on Maxwell, and obviously this is like not 100% complete. So it's gonna be really, really cool to see these like officially in-game and also region-wide. Like we never worldwide. We never had this. You know, in Diablo 3, it was always separated into like, you know, Asia, US, Europe, and this kind of stuff. And for the first time, we're gonna have basically global leaderboard. So you can see and you can inspect what people all around the world are playing. So I think it's going to be really fun. I'm very hyped for this kind of endgame stuff, and I will do my best to teach you the strategies and probably have weekly updates on tier lists, on strategies, and on the new meta, because there's going to be a new map and a separate meta probably every week. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay hungry. It's going to happen soon, guys. GG. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.